I said I want to take a break, I was kind of like, we can continue to do the podcast, but you didn't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, well, because we spent so much time about being authentic and, you know,
Staying true to our brand values.
exactly. And there was no way for me to do a podcast talking about life, friendship, and tacos when at the time my life was in upheaval and our friendship wasn't. I don't think there was a way for us to present a front of us being friends.
It wouldn't have been genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trust me, in my heart of hearts, I wouldn't have wanted to stop that because it was the one thing that kind of kept us connected.
Yeah.
And during all the personal issue that blew up in August of that year had been brewing for a while, and so the one thing that kind of just kept us in the same room and in the same conversation all the time was the podcast.
Yeah.
And when it came time to, move away from that, there was no way for us, I thought at that time, to move forward.
Well, and you always said beforehand when we were doing the podcast, before it kind of spiraled out of control, you always said if it's the podcast or the friendship, I'll always choose the friendship. Yeah. And it was really sad at that time. I think when we got together one of those times to talk, you said like, I said if it was between the podcast or the friendship, I would choose the friendship, and somehow I lost both. And
you said that, or I said that?
I think you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, spoiler alert, didn't happen.
Well, okay, but there was a while there. Yeah. And even after those letters were exchanged and we agreed to meet up at a Panera for lunch, which I feel so bad about the employees at that Panera because that was such an awkward.
I know, that was so weird.
An awkward like reunion, but it wasn't until months later that things were finally good again.
Yeah. Not until recently, honestly.
Not it was like a year or longer.
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah, no, longer than that.
No, about 6 months, I think.
Hey, Lauren, can you look up when Hey Siri, can you look up when Andrew Schultz's comedy special dropped?
No, that was June. I remember that was June.
Okay, so 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started trying to repair the friendship in, I think, November.
Yeah.
And we started working on it in November. I think we had an awkward Christmas birthday deal that year.
Yeah, that was weird.